So I've been having this headache for like about almost 3 days now, and I'm learning a lesson though about fear from it, and it's letting up right now. It's letting up, and yesterday it was so bad. My headache was so bad that I felt numb. My face felt numb. My whole face felt numb, and I walked myself to the doctor, and I said my face feels numb. But before I did that, I got myself some Excedrin. And I don't usually take Excedrin or Advils or anything, or painkillers or anything. I smoke cigarettes and I drink coffee. I smoke and I drink. But I haven't had alcohol in like almost 6 years, 7 years. Stopped having sex like 5 years ago. I have stopped having Adderall like 11 years ago. So, and I mean, so about maybe 7 years ago in September, I gave birth to my boy in our apartment, and we did a natural birth. And right before pushing him out, I just remember screaming, "I don't want to do this! I don't want to do this! I don't want to do this!" And the midwife saying, "You need to bring your energy down from your head. You need to bring it down." And I brought it down, and what I realized in that moment was it wasn't about what I wanted. And I mean that with all due respect. It was just the fear of the pain of it was what was making me scream that. But once it was over, it was over. And that's kind of how this headache is. Yesterday, I went into that doctor, and then I had 30 minutes to wait. And I laid down in the grass, and it was so warm, and the sun felt so good on my face. And then it just disappeared, like gone. I opened my eyes, and I felt I was almost in shock from how good I felt. And I couldn't do anything else but to just note how great I felt. It went from, I was ready to fucking ask for some kind of morphine or something, to nothing. And right now that's kind of happening. It was very bad. And now it's letting up. But there's another aspect to this that is emotional, that I don't know how to articulate, or if it's trying to help me articulate it, but it's after I gave birth, and after the father of my child and our child and I realized that we weren't going to be able to live together. We had to go to court, and we had to do all the child stuff, all the court child stuff. And I didn't have a lawyer, and I eventually got a lawyer. Someone helped me get a lawyer. It was very short-lived, and we didn't, most of it I was on my own. And I remember getting this paperwork, and I had to fill this paperwork out regarding my child and all the people that were involved. And I remember thinking, I don't want to do this. 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 I felt the exact same way about filling out that paperwork as I did having to go through the physical pain of pushing a baby out. And in both cases, I had to do what I had to do. Now, you could say I didn't have to give birth that way, or that I didn't have to fill out the paperwork and go to court, but if you don't go to court, it ends up getting worse down the line. But fear of the pain, what I was just noticing now with my headache leaving and coming and going is there's a fear of being able to let go. So I'm afraid that the minute I'm like, oh, it's gone, that it will come right back. And it almost keeps you in this loop where you want to be like, okay, it's gone, you can let it go now. But the fear of it showing back up when your defense, I'm someone who, when my defenses have been down, I've been proven, I've had to put them back up. But I'm trying to see how this is similar in the mental, like what we think we have to go through, like filling out paperwork. That doesn't physically threaten me. It mentally threatens me. It mentally wastes, I have to give my time, my information to people. But the physical fear, the pain of giving birth or of having a migraine, or even like I can't walk sometimes. I've actually been good for a while. Well, I've developed a hip issue, which is newer, and it is extremely painful. But my back hasn't gone out in a while. And when that goes out, like when I'm having this migraine, there's two things happening. Am I with compassionate company that's going to let me go through the process of coming out of this pain? What's the other thing? I forget the other thing. Oh, the pain being so immense. I think that fear and pain is getting put on the same, is being equated to being the same thing. It was there and then it left me again. But the fear of the pain versus the fear of not getting to enjoy the relief or the not pain. It's not that it's even pleasurable, it's just that it's not painful. It's not that it's yeah. And when it comes to like an emotional, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do this, is that emotional pain that I'm experiencing? And the fear of what that process is? I don't want to go through the emotional part of it? Or is it the fear of, or is it I don't want to go through the act of physically filling out the paperwork? But in this particular moment, now that my headache's gone, I'm like, of course I'm lighter. Now I can do stuff. Now I can do stuff. I can move my body. Whereas 20 minutes ago, I can't even put my head down without just burning. My eyes start watering, it's burning. And so, of course, my instinct is to jump up and be like, oh, I better start taking care of shit while this pain is gone. Whether or not it's going to come back, I don't know. But the pain levels is what makes you have to stop in your tracks. And I have had to learn over the years to be, like, because I'm such a go. I feel bad if I'm not always doing something. Like, I feel like I'm like rebelling if I don't. If I like watch a movie, read a book. If it's not for some means to an end, like, it's not. I have to have like a reason. And that's not right, by the way. You should be able to read a fucking book if you want to read a fucking book. But then you get up and you have people around you who say, they don't say, God, you look like you're feeling better. They say, they're mad at you for feeling better, and they're mad at you for not having been there while you were sick. God help us. Please give us the strength and courage to find good company. Where do I belong? I want some good neighbors, you know? I want good neighbors that I can sit on a porch with in the middle of a cool thunderstorm while our kids play with the dogs and the goats. Or, yeah. It's not that I want to be secluded, it's just that we all shouldn't all have to be explaining ourselves. And like, if you get sick and someone says, why are you sick? That's the wrong thing to ask. They should say to you, is there anything I can do to help you? But if they don't say that, stay the fuck away from those people. If you're ill and if somebody is mad at you during it, God, please get away from them. Because I think they think that you're their slave. I think they think that you're their property. I think they think that you're their thing. And it's like, why isn't it working? And like, they have somebody they can tattle on to about you. It's crazy. And crazy is a very dismissive term, by the way. That's one of the most dismissive things you can say to someone is you're crazy. Someone can say to you, that's crazy, you're crazy. When they dismiss you and your sanity, they're not on your side. And I'm not saying it's up to us to say you're afraid to change or da-da-da-da-da. It's, what I'm saying is that notice how much people belittle you in your time of need. If they say things like, you deserve it, or you deserved it, or if they say things like, I don't know, just like, like actually making sounds like, oh, those kinds of sounds. Oh, I wish I had the strength to not clap back. I really do. I've gone 22 days of silence and I still don't have the strength to not clap back. There's certain people in my life that it's almost impossible because it's just like I feel like I'm like joining them if I don't. Like I feel like my silence means that I agree with them if I don't clap back. You can't sit there and constantly just talk shit and then expect everybody to agree. And what's crazy about it too is when you see it, once you see that people that are talking shit are extremely insecure people, don't get trapped in your feelings about that. Like, because it is sad, like, someone being insecure hasn't found themselves. They don't believe in themselves and their beauty and their power. They don't believe in God. But don't get all fucking emotional about it. Don't sit there and be like, they don't know how to. No, they don't know how to, and it's not your job to teach them. I just forgot what I was talking about. So that sound, that high-pitched sound, that's a frequency that kills viruses and bacteria. Some of those rave frequencies are amazing. But it doesn't, you just can't take that shit for granted, you know? Like, I'm having it's kind of like getting grace. Like, if you fuck up and, like, you, like, hurt someone's feelings and you genuinely are instantly sorry and you say sorry and they say I know and then you guys get to move on. Like, that kind of grace is not to be expected. Because it gets lost, something gets lost in it. Well, I hope that this has been a lovely talk for you. Hope that you've gotten something out of this. I have a fundraiser on my page. If you want to donate to it, I'm trying to save up so I can get myself a car and a down payment on my own place. I've been struggling with homelessness and addiction for years. And believe me, half the time, I just don't want to speak to anyone. So, that doesn't mean that I don't love everyone, though. It just means I just have nothing to say. I really think there's so many amazing people doing so many amazing things. And to get to have a glimpse of it is a gift. That's why I want a car, so I can drive around and see all the great things. But also so I can work a little bit. I like working. And I don't really have a very big support system. And I have my physical limitations. And I just, I'm not sure what to expect here. Because that headache, man, when that headache comes back, I might be a werewolf when that headache comes back. I might start screaming. If it gets bad enough. I screamed yesterday. It didn't help. Usually screaming makes your head hurt more. In your throat. I don't know if you've noticed after getting into a yelling fight how drained you feel. But I can almost guarantee you that if you have a big yelling fight, it's coming from the heart. You're gonna throw up. Have you ever started gagging from yelling so hard? Have you ever started throwing up from being so fucking upset? It's not fun. But I refuse to give in to the fact that this kind of shit's punishment. A lot of people want us to think that we're being punished and that we are in the clear when we're suffering, and that's not up to them. The only time it feels like a punishment is if I tell myself, if I relate it to something. Thank God this headache's gone. Thank Jesus. Thank you, God. Thank you, Excedrin. And I don't like Excedrin stuff because I'll get an immune to it. Once I'll it doesn't last. But I don't know, man. I just finished midterms last week. Maybe that's why my head hurts. I've been thinking too much. Or because my brain. Have you ever heard of the Rita, Saint Rita? And she has the pin in her forehead. I wonder what her story is. Why does she have a pin in her forehead? Well, I've done everything that I can think of to make this headache less of an issue, and it's about gone now. And I'm not going to fear it coming back because I need to enjoy this moment. But to your health, Flante. Thank you for listening. If you made it this far, I would be surprised if you actually listened to me just talk for 20 minutes. I don't know who you are, but if you've made it this far, God bless you and your beloveds. I hope that this message helped you in some way. It's just basically me babbling and documenting my experience, my life experience. Please be kind to yourself. Please pray for someone else. And there's always time to heal. And if somebody ain't letting you heal, then they're your friend. And there also is the other thing. There comes a day where you just kind of gotta be healed, right? Even if I'm still limping. That doesn't mean I need fixing. You know? I think a lot of us try to fix things about ourselves, and then we come to find that there was nothing wrong. We weren't doing anything wrong, and there was nothing wrong to begin with.